Hi, this is Tal, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make pizza. Not the kind of pizza you find in your local takeaway that's stuffed with cheese or emulsifiers and fillers and cheap ingredients, but the kind of pizza that is something rustic, purely Italian, the type of pizza that you'd find in Florence or Tuscany, where you bite through rich, potent flavors, a recipe that you and your children can come back to time and time again, week after week. Now, the whole purpose of these videos was for men to step up and to encourage men to do more things around the house for their partners, get the children involved, and do something meaningful. What better way than to make a tea time meal like pizza? So this video will show you how. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you're going to need. From the left, we've got olive oil, then we've got yeast, instant yeast. We've got a big pot of sugar. From that, we only need a teaspoon of sugar. Ignore the middle cup at the moment, and then on the right hand side we've got flour, and you'll need a bit of sea salt as well. Now, with regards to the cup in the middle, what you do is you get the teaspoon of sugar, you put that in the empty cup, you get the yeast, you pour that into the cup. In goes some warm water, just about leaving about 1 centimeters of space at the top of the cup, and then you mix that all up, leave it to ferment, and once it's fermented, then you mix it in with the flour. So you pour in the flour. You need about a mug of flour per pizza. That should be big enough. If you want, you can use half a mug if you want for children. So this is the flour, and in it I put in a sprinkle of sea salt, a dash of olive oil, as you can see in there. I've also emptied some of my yeast mixture into there, like that. And then the next step is just to, with your hands, knead the flour into a dough. So once you've kneaded your flour and you have a bowl of dough, you put it inside the bowl, and you get a tea towel. You wetten it with hot water, and then you use the tea towel to cover the bowl. And put it on the side for about an hour. So we're waiting now for the dough to rise. Okay, so now you can see the bump in the cloth in the bowl, which means it's risen, the flour's risen. So, and as you can see, it's doubled in size. Most of that is air, so we just punch the air out. Carefully lift it out of the pot. And what we're doing is a little bit wet. Making sure that we've taken all the air out, and just drying up now again with the air, the exposure. And now we need to split it to make our pizzas. So I've used enough flour, 4 mugs of flour for 4 pizzas, and I'm splitting them up. So I've cut the dough into 4 pieces. One of them is going to be a big pizza, and then one slightly less for my partner, and then 2 small ones for my children. So I'm going to start rolling out the dough, and for that you need a bit of flour. You need to coat the bowl in flour and press down with your hands. Now, you can either choose to do this with your hands by making a rustic type pizza, which is always good if you want to get the good old pizza from Italy. What I like to do though is, I don't have much time, so I'm just going to roll it out. Some flour on there, otherwise it's going to stick to the rolling pin. Because there's yeast in the flour already, it's going to rise in the oven. You don't need to worry if it's quite thin. Okay, so now we get a baking tray, cover it with foil, to make sure it's completely covered with foil. Sprinkle a few drops of olive oil. Come on. And then use our brush, pour the olive oil all over. And then we get our pizza base and we put it on the baking tray. And now put the baking tray aside, and I make the pizza sauce for the base. So first of all, we use some passata. You get a little bit of passata in there. And then we get some pepper. And then we get some salt, so sprinkle of salt. And then we get some oregano, so just a pinch of oregano. A little bit of garlic granules. And some thyme. And then some olive oil in there as well. After you've done that, you're using the same brush to mix up the sauce, leaving that on one side, and then we bring our pizza base, we take the sauce and we coat the pizza base fairly lightly and spread it evenly. We don't want it too thick. And then for this particular pizza, I'm just going to put a cheese and tomato topping on. So again, lightly put on the cheese, you don't need to go so heavy on it. And then we're putting that in the oven at 200 degrees centigrade for about 15 to 20 minutes. So here are the remaining pizzas. And we also have this one here that's waiting for the cheese.